Okay.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, I'm excited. So this morning we have Adeline, who's going to do some art with us, which really is going to involve a lot of science and math as well. And then,
Oh yeah, lots of math.
excellent, good. And then Layla's going to take us to the kitchen, and we're going to try making some pasta. Right? Excellent. Good. So I'm looking forward to this. So I'm excited about artwork because artwork is really just another way that we can express science, and really that's science is the art of observation. So the more that we can do artwork, the more we can understand the real world that we're living in. So Adeline, why don't you give an introduction, sort of a brief introduction about what we're going to do today, and like some of the things that everyone's going to need to have with them.
Sure.
As do the exercise, and then I'll give a little overview of like science and some artwork that I think is kind of cool, abstract artwork. Okay. So why don't you start off, and then do you want to show stuff on your screen, or you want to do that later on?
I don't know.
Okay, why don't you just give a quick overview, and then if everyone could mute their microphones.
Okay. So I'll tell people what they need to have, and then maybe 5 minutes that we can collect the things we need. Okay. So first, things you'll need are pencil, a sharp one with an eraser, some coloring material like markers, pencils, crayons, a ruler or some kind of measuring tape to draw straight lines and do measuring, and paper. That's the only 4 things you need.
Very good. And then what are we actually going to be drawing? Do you want to hold up your thing to the screen?
Sure.
All right. So what is this?
I'm not exactly sure what I would call it. It's like if you're looking straight ahead, you're driving, and then the cityscape in the sunrise in the background.
Yeah. Good. Keep it holding up there, because I think that's really interesting, because it's the impression of those lines and the angles that give the image a 3D perception.
We're also,
yes.
This one, it was last night, and I was just crocheting, and I really didn't want to prepare for it, so I didn't add color, but I'm going to add color today. If it's not like anyone can add any color, but I think we should add some color to ours.
Excellent. Good. All right. So that's great. So the 4 things we need are ruler, piece of paper, marker, and what was the other thing?
A sharp pencil.
Sharp pencil. So in a minute, we'll take a break, like 5-minute break. Oh, there's a baby.
That's my baby sister. Hi, Yuri.
Hello. That's outstanding. I just find it very, very funny that animals and babies appear when Zoom starts. It's outstanding. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and show you some things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can everyone see that?
Yeah.
So where are we located here?
Washington, D.C.
Yes, Washington, D.C., one of my favorite cities. And home of all the Smithsonian museums, and including the National Art Gallery. So they have an outdoor exhibit as well as an indoor exhibit. So I've drawn a mental blank here. Maybe if Ian is over there, he could come and help me with some of these because he's pretty good with some of this sculpture art. So this is actually a tree, but it's made of metal. So
Whoa.
maybe at the end we could divvy up some tasks and we could find out a little bit about each of these pieces.
It looks real.
Yeah. So this is one of the houses. Is this a Liechtenstein or?
I think that's Liechtenstein.
Yeah, this is Roy Lichtenstein. So are we looking at the inside of a house or the outside? Again, it's perspective,
Outside.
right? So depending on how you look at it, you could be inside or outside of the house, right? It's all about perspective. And this is a cool thing. It's Tristan. Is this a Calder?
Yeah, that's a Calder.
Yeah, this is a Calder.
I think it's the Minotaur.
What's it called?
The Minotaur.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
was originally in like England, and then the town like hated it, so they moved it to BC.
I don't know how you could hate that. That's a beautiful thing, right? I'm not sure what that thing is, like a big rabbit.
Oh my gosh.
But it's made of
That's
bronze, yeah?
weird.
Yep. Does anyone know what metals make up bronze?
Tin and copper.
Yes, very good. That was Seaborn, yeah? Ding.
Yeah.
All right, so this is inside the art gallery. So we love this portrait of this person. Who is this?
Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon. One of my favorites is a Monet. Another Monet. There's Tristan's little sketch he was doing. That's a Renoir. Ooh, is that a Cassatt? That's Mary Cassatt.
It's a boat.
That's a boat. Actually, it's a ship. That's another Calder.
I don't know what that one's called.
Notice, I think it is, right?
Yeah, it is. I don't know what it's called though.
Yeah. I love this travelator, right? So even like as you're going from one place to another on a travelator, this is artwork. This is on the sort of abstract side of the gallery. This is a box, right? And what do you notice about the box, Cyrus? Or Joe?
It looks open.
It looks open, but it's completely enclosed. But what's inside of the box?
Condensation.
Yeah, this is a condensation box. Yeah. Angie, I agree. That is a beautiful box. Yes. Amazing. Just a perspex box, which we can make a tank out of this, is a piece of artwork.
It has like from the condensation, there's like mist in it.
That's right.
You can
Yeah.
tell.
So in fact, we can learn about the weather and climate just by making this piece of artwork, right? Because the science that's happening inside of this box is actually is the science that controls weather and wind patterns and things like that. Yeah. We all like the box. It's amazing. It's just a box, but people love this. And it's a discussion point. All right. Ignoring Tristan, what do you think about that piece of artwork? What is...
It's incredibly easy. Stupid, no meaning.
It looks like a broken screen.
Interesting, huh? I mean, I love it. There's so much color. There's contrast. There's perspective. But if you look up close, those lines are perfectly straight. So as we do our little art assignment today, let's think about, like, one of the things that we need is a ruler, right? So let's try and make sure that our lines are nice and straight, because that'll give better perspective to things. Liechtenstein. Is that also a Liechtenstein? Yep. All right. Anyone want to have a crack at this one? Who is the artist here? Nick, do you want to have a go, or is it Miles? That's Miles, right?
It's Miles. It's Miles.
Yeah.
It's his dad's phone.
It's Miles, yeah.
Yeah. So anyone know? Annabelle, do you know?
It looks like a bird's eye view of nature.
Ah, that's interesting. Okay, so a bird's eye view of nature. Okay, anyone
looks
else
like-
got any impressions about this artwork?
It looks like Picasso, but even better.
It looks like, to me, it looks like a bunch of like dead sort of plants in some kind of woods or forest.
It
Interesting.
looks like a countertop.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, it
looks
does.
like a countertop. Like,
It reminds me of Google Maps, like the Google Planet thing, where like
This
you
is
look
amazing.
above people, like you can just see Earth.
Yeah, actually, so this is Jackson Pollock, right? And
He did splatter art.
yeah, so when I look at this, I see
He
randomness.
was famous for his splatter art.
Yep, splatter art, and I've got a couple of other pieces here. When I look at this, I think of microbes, actually. And microbes are very random in the way they move and interact. And even though they're really tiny, they also have different shapes and sizes. It was really interesting to hear what you guys thought about this piece. But so now you can kind of see that science is the art of observation, right? We had 3 or 4 different interpretations of this. And I can totally understand everyone sort of saying what they said about these pieces of artwork. Cyrus, did you have something to say?
Yeah. It looks like the piece right here. It does look like oh man, I forgot what I was going to say. A granite. It looks like a granite countertop. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, totally. Layla, I think you said that too, yeah? It totally looks like a granite countertop. So that's cool.
yeah.
Let's see if I've got any others.
I also think it sort of looks like some kind of camo.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what hydro dipping is?
No, please.
Okay, so
enlighten us.
it's like where you have like a bucket of water and you put spray paint in it, and then you take any object and you like dip it. And like a lot of people do shoes, but that's what that looks like. Like them like putting the spray paint and like swirling it around.
I've seen that, yes, on YouTube. That's cool. Actually, maybe we could do this artwork one of these weeks.
Yeah, I want to do it. I think, yeah.
I want
to do it to my Crocs.
When I see this piece of artwork, I'm thinking waves in the ocean, or maybe a bushfire. I don't know, just a couple of impressions. I don't know who this is. Is this Jackson Pollock as well? I think this might be Pollock. I'll have to enlarge the caption on the side, but I like this.
Those little things that are like circles with dots, they sort of look like eyes, and it sort of looks like some kind of creature on the left-hand side.
Yeah, this could be the
Yeah,
anatomy.
I was thinking that too. It
That's
looks
really, yeah. Ah, one of my favorites.
Is this Picasso?
No.
whoa.
It looks like it.
So this is Andy Warhol.
They look like zombies.
Yeah. So
It looks like a singer from like the 80s, like Michael Jackson or like Prince or something like that. I don't know.
In fact, it is. And
But then died and came back from the dead.
this is Andy Warhol, the artist himself. But I think I might have the Marilyn Monroe version of this as well. This is called pop art. So I may have mentioned this before. When we've gone out and sampled Greenfield Lake, we've tried to do like graphs and maps that look very similar to this pop art. We could do the same thing here. Be really cool. That is, okay. So there is a piece of artwork here, right? And this artwork is actually made up of fingerprints.
It's a nose.
So that's the nose of this piece of artwork, but this
Oh, it's made of fingerprints.
fingerprints. Yes, I forget the artist here, and we'll find this out.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool? Have you seen that artwork
Yeah.
where you can get like little pictures, and then if you put all the thousands of little pictures together, it makes up a larger picture of something completely different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, when we look at our phone, right? When we look at our phone, this screen here is made up of little pictures, right? Little pixels to make an image. So that's pretty cool. Andy Warhol. So this is Marilyn Monroe.
Nice.
This one
She's
is,
very blonde.
I forget who this is. Is this Miro? That could be Miro. So,
Whoa, it looks like a dinosaur's mouth coming from down.
It looks like a face, but there's two
Yeah, or
faces.
like,
There's the pink one,
tongs.
like there's the eye and then the nose, and
Yeah.
then like where it dips in like right here, and then like the mouth is like open, and then it looks like the same way like the other way.
It reminds me of like Hole in the Wall, that old show where like you have to get into like the hole, like doing the same pose. It reminds me of that in a way.
I love Hole in the Wall. That's a really good one. Yeah. So Cyrus said it's cool. I agree. I mean, a lot of people don't get this, and I'm going to show, there's a piece soon that you probably won't get. But
Guys, I have a question. What's your favorite one so far? For everyone.
Box.
the box,
Sweet.
I liked the rabbit that looked like he got run over by a car.
interesting.
I like
That thing is creepy, in my opinion. It's
I like
just
the
so weird.
house.
Yeah,
I
it's
like the
really
tree.
scary.
The tree was cool.
His legs look like they got spaghettified.
Yeah.
I like the tree.
Oh yeah,
the tree was cool.
sick.
So
Real
what
cool.
all of these pictures I'll actually put up on the website. Maybe we could have a we'll go on to like Instagram and have a poll. We can vote to see which is our favorite one. Yeah. Let's see. All right. This
Yeah.
is one. Look at this piece. What do you think of this piece?
It's a piece
It's
of
blank.
paper.
There's
If you stare at it long enough,
It's blank.
So
looks like
Seaborn
a
just
full-
was it Seaborn or Joe who just said something very interesting about staring at it.
it was
Two lines.
Yes. Anyway, I'm fascinated by
But like
this.
very
Sort of like
faint.
oh, it's like square lines that are going like this, and like they're like going like this way, and then it's going down.
That's
Like,
right.
is that what it is?
Yeah,
I don't know.
So this piece is white, but there is perspective to it, right? Just
Yeah.
by a slight shading of the white canvas. I might ask everyone to mute their microphones just for a minute. There's a little bit of background noise. Great.
That
Thank
was
you.
probably Miles. That was probably Miles's little brother.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, it happens.
I think that piece is a perfect example of simulation.
I'm about to mute my mic.
Okay, so Ian actually has something very interesting to contribute with this piece. So get your
Okay.
head on the screen.
Hi. All right, so there's a recent theory called simulation theory, which basically combines quantum mechanics and the mechanics of the bigger world. Basically, tiny stuff, in the past, it was said that tiny stuff acts different than big stuff. But now they're coming to realize that it actually doesn't through simulation theory. And basically what that says is we as humans are making shapes and actual physical objects out of light. So basically, studies have shown that as we perceive something, before we perceive it, it's acting as light, but after we see it, it's acting as an object. So basically, it's saying it's acting as matter. So basically, it's saying that we kind of make up the world. And our perception of it actually makes it into matter. Sort of like how in a video game the world only exists in your field of view. So kind of like that. And this kind of reminded me of that, how you guys were saying how you can only really see it after you look at it for a while. So basically, it's originally blank, but as you look at it, the light changes and you actually make something out of it.
That's cool. I don't know who did this one. And
It looks like that thing. Okay, so you know the thing that's at the doctor, and it's like a screen. It has like a bunch of dots, and there's like very faint colors, and it asks you to like point out the pictures like in it.
Oh yes.
That's what it looks like. It looks like they're like maybe like hidden pictures like in like all the.
Oh yeah, what do you call that? No. When you look at something and
It looks like a giant beehive.
It looks like a sponge.
yeah, a sponge, beehive. What about the skin of a reptile?
Ew, no.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, like some
Notice-
scales.
But notice the pattern. Like there is these dots here are slightly bigger than this, and there are also
Snake
lines
skin.
as well, right? It's very interesting. This is my favorite.
We had to do that in art class. I
Oh,
don't
you
know
did,
what it was
Angie?
called. Yeah, I forgot what it was, but like we had to like make up lines and then paint some of them, leave some of them white, and yeah.
So this is. Anyone know who this artist is?
Dr. Rob?
Yes, Annabelle. Go ahead. Yes, that is Mondrian. Yes. Yeah. This
Sorry,
is.
I was muted. Sorry, Mondrian.
Yeah. Piet Mondrian. So he does all these sort of square sort of pieces, but mathematically symmetrical, right? And typically uses primary colors. So every piece of artwork that he's done is completely balanced. And at YSA in the past, we've kind of done a take on Mondrian where we could look at Google Maps, right, at downtown Wilmington. And if we use different colors to represent the different types of habitat in Wilmington, we would see pretty quickly how unbalanced the landscape is, right? Because there's lots of concrete space compared to other areas of Wilmington, right? So again, you can use artwork to understand how science and the environment works. Yes, Adeline, do you have a question?
Can we start doing pictures?
Yes, we can. Miro, I think that's a Picasso, Van Gogh. We can look at some of these later on. How about that? We can finish up looking at these. So I just wanted to sort of show some artwork because I love it, but also it gives an opportunity for us to look at the different shapes and ways that you can communicate art. Okay, so at this point, let's go and gather. Let's take a quick break. Let's gather our items that we need to do the art.
Do you want me to go through them again?
That would be outstanding. So everyone can gather this. Yep.
So a pencil, I've got a pencil, and paper. And if you, in a measuring tape of any kind, it can be a ruler, a measuring tape if you don't have a ruler. Some coloring materials like markers, washable ones, doesn't really matter, crayons, pencils. Those are the only things you need. So
okay, so I'll put
how about 5 minutes to get whatever you think you need?
Okay, great, awesome. Everyone do it. Let's take a 5-minute break and we'll come
Okay.
back and finish off the art lesson. Great.